So, welcome to the Claims of Truth Healing Circle. Holy cow. This is actually the 11th Claims of Truth Healing Circle that we have recorded and put on YouTube. So, oh my gosh, is that like so amazing? I didn't even realize that. Last time, 2 weeks ago, was number 10. It was like starting a whole new level almost. So it was perfect exactly as it was. It was very, very fun. So hopefully, all of you have access to the chat. I'm getting much better about all that fun stuff, access to the chat, and just make sure that it's listed as everyone, and please feel free to put in to the chat if you have any issues, if there's something you would like help with, if you have an awareness of something, whatever happens to show up, please feel free to put that in the chat. So we're casting a circle of light, specifying that only Source, Creator God, my healing team, the Privy Council, and any other team as required for assistance be present for tonight's Claims of Truth Healing Circle, where we are going to be doing the claim of truth. I am witnessing God in all the creations I see before me. And that claim of truth comes out of the book of Knowing and Worth. It is page 248, and it is just a really exciting claim of truth. There's a lot of healing, a lot of opportunity for all of us to keep moving more of the low frequencies, moving more fear, moving more unworthiness, which is just another way of saying divine timing for all of us, since tomorrow is the date 8/8, another opportunity to move more fear of being powerful, fear of stepping into our power and knowing that we're worthy. So may it be with the blessing of Source that we have fun tonight. Number one, have fun. That we get great healing opportunities, that we remember that we are in community and that we are all the light, all here in service to Source. And blessing it all. Blessing it all. And with that, I say amen and aho. Yes. So, yes, tomorrow is 8/8. If you are do anything in the spiritual world, you may have heard of the Lion's Gate portal, and have been asking my higher self, okay, so what is that? Okay, somebody say something about that. Like, is there something that we are doing with the healing circle tonight about the Lion's Gate? And finally, this afternoon, my higher self says, claim your worth. And I'm like, that's it? That's my message? Claim my worth? And it's like, yep, claim your worth. And I'm like, okay. I'm waiting for a big drum roll and all sorts of amazing stuff. It is claim your worth. But in truth, how powerful is that? If each and every one of us stepped into claiming our worth, like truly knowing how amazing and beautiful, how powerful each one of us are, we would transform the world. So, while you may see other things out there about the Lion's Gate portal, not negating any of that stuff, that was the message I got. So tonight is all about claiming our worth and seeing everything before us as a creation of God. Well, that sounds like a really big task. So, hey, let's go for it. Okay, so first note, nothing is excluded from being unworthy of love. Nothing is excluded or unworthy of love. Nothing, nothing, nothing. So all those things that you might think of about yourself, about others, about the world as a whole, all of that are part of God's creations. And, we could be watching TV, for example, and whatever happens to come up on the TV, just like I am witnessing God in all the creations I see before me. I'm witnessing God in all the creations I see before me, right? Just we keep reminding ourselves that this is God. If I am looking at something that really sends me into fear, it's like I am witnessing God. That's God. Whether we're talking about a person or we're talking about a situation or we're talking about like the virus, right? The COVID virus or anything else. That's God having an experience. And we just keep witnessing it and knowing that it's God. We just keep lifting it up and lifting it up. So if that sounds familiar to you, we absolutely have been doing a lot of witnessing things, looking at things from a place of where we see judgment, where we see fear. We've been doing a lot of that. So when I go into a whole round of, oh my God, why are we doing this again? I'm like, oh yeah, we do still need it. Yes, I do still need it. I need it. So let's talk about it. Anybody have any experiences with this claim of truth over the last 2 weeks? Feel free to put it into the chat. If you've had a particular event happen where you were like, oh my God, I know I'm supposed to be witnessing God in this, but I'm really struggling. Put it in the chat. That's what we're here for, right? That's why we are here having a conversation. So, healing opportunities for everybody. Yes. All right. So excited. Della, it's coming in. More resurrection frequency. If you have an awareness of that sapphire blue, and many of them are coming in spirals. There are also colors. There is union. There are rapture coming in. There's just a lot of them now. It started off with just sapphire, sapphire, sapphire. Now it's just loads of other spirals coming in. That spiral is worthiness. A spiral is worthiness. So, whew. If it gets a little warm, turn down the air conditioning. Whew. All right. Go ahead. Ash, you can read your own message.
I was sharing that I have had a theme of being reminded that people do not have to act the way that I think they should in order for me to love them. So just keep healing the judgment and the separation and claiming them in their truth.
Yeah, isn't that an awesome one? I think one of the most interesting sentences that I have been challenged with is we should, what if we, like that kind of stuff, because the word should always is referencing back to something that's a rule or regulation, something that we've been taught, you know, and it's like, oh, when I hear that word should, I go, oh, yeah, there it is again. All right, let me take a healing on rules and regulations. Let me take a healing on the judgment, like you talked about, the place where I'm separating people. And let me remember that we're all, come from the same source, and everybody's just having their own experience. So, yeah, that's a really great thing to see. Great awareness. It's whew, yes, an awesome thing to be aware of. And then you go, yep, I'll take more of the healings on that. So here we go. Witnessing God. That means all of the creations, right? Definitive all. I was like looking at this and I was like, I kept writing, I am witnessing God in the creations I see before me. And then at some moment I heard, all. And I'm like, what? Like I'm missing a word, and I go back and I look and I'm like, all creations. Dang. Go ahead, Ash.
Jill was just asking me to repeat what I had said. So I was just talking about being reminded that people don't have to act how I think they should in order for me to love them. So I just keep doing the healings around clearing the judgment and the separation that's coming up for me to claim them in their truth and hold the space of love.
And Jill, you can have that one too, because I think we all have that, right? So, you can, while you're sitting here, ask your higher self, where do I hold the most judgment that I'm ready to move at this time? Now, if you know that you have judgment about a particular person, judgment about a particular event, you can certainly specify that. But I just ask, yeah, where do I have the most judgment? So everybody, take just a moment to go to your, do we not have? Go to your notifications and make sure that you have everyone checked. There are three dots to the right-hand side. If you click on that, it should say everyone, because there's a bunch of you that are putting messages in that are just only the hosts and panelists can see it. So Ashley says her frontal lobe, and Bobby says her third eye, both excellent places to heal more judgment. And put the teams on that to give you a healing there. Jill, third eye again, right? Your third eye is the place where there's a lot of judgment. I can remember 6 years ago, I was laying on the table, on Kara's table, and I said, when am I going to be able to see? And she looks up and she talks to my higher self, and she goes, when you can clear more judgment. Like, judgment? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't judge people. And as I move more judgment, I am seeing more. So yeah, see, Jenny's got third eye, and Isaac has the energetic heart.
Kathy is her third eye.
Awesome. Perfect. Get to clean that stuff up, because by the end of the evening, by the end of the healing circle, just so y'all don't think we're going on for a long time, we're going to get a trinity of rings, and then they're going to be networked together, and it's going to be really cool. It's about us claiming more of our worth. So
Karen says, I had judgment where I had judgment, LOL. And Jill says, I was going to say I've been healing this week as to why people aren't like me or think like me. Like not everyone thinks like me. Biggest teaching ever.
Isn't that a great one? I actually just joined like a business networking group, and everybody is a healer. And today, everybody is doing their introductions and saying, who they are and what they do. And I sent a text to Joan and said, Joan, I need a healing on all these people. I mean, they're all over the world, where they do all these different modalities of healing, some of which I have never even heard of. And I'm like, I need a healing where I am judging myself because I'm not doing what they're doing. Similar, not exactly. I'm like, oh my God, I need a healing, because I'm like, why am I doing that? Why am I not doing that? Why am I, oh my God, there's so many things to do. So yeah, there's always a great healing opportunity.
Jenny says she's also being shown her ears.
Oh yeah. Jenny, look at those ears. So we're going to give everybody's ears, specifically your ears, how they're showing up to me, the healing we're going to give to everybody. Jenny, your physical ears, also the channels underneath your ears, give those a healing as well. Judgment's a low frequency. We don't need it. So the I see part, I am witnessing God and all the creations I see before me. Not that this whole healing circle is about me, but I had a whole round of healing on the word I see. Because I went into, oh my God, am I responsible for all the things that I don't see? Or is it just the things I see? Like if somebody on the other side of the world is doing something, am I responsible for what I don't see? Because I didn't see them do that. And blah, 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 right? I went into all kinds of craziness. And so I kept hearing Care talk about, I think it was one Noah, where she was talking about being complicit and how we can be complicit and we want to stay out of that. And I was just like, why am I complicit? I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're up to, right? So what did I do? I sent a text to Kara and I was like, all right, am I complicit to the things that I don't see? Am I complicit for all the things that everybody's, I mean, like, I can't handle all this stuff. And she sends me a text back. And the only thing she said is, you are complicit when you are in fear. You are complicit when you are in fear.
Kathy is asking for a healing on overthinking and fear.
Absolutely. Happy to give you a healing on overthinking. We often call that chewing. There are several of us who are TAs that chew, and we're like, no, we're not. We're not chewing. And like, yeah, you are. You're busy, right? Chewing. Happy to give you a healing on that. And happy to give anyone a healing on the place where they feel like they are responsible or to blame for whatever anybody else does. I got a healing on the place where I was like, well, if somebody's throwing trash in the lake, I'm to blame. I should be doing something about it. I should be going and picking up the trash. I should be blah, blah, blah. If you miss the word should there, I could slow it down. But that whole should thing, like there's something for me to do. I do what my higher self directs me to do. Take the healing on all the shoulds, and then keep trusting, trusting, trusting. So, we're going to play a game, sort of a game. We're going to do an energy game. I love energy games. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to sit right where we are, whatever you're doing. There's absolutely nothing more to do. You're going to sit where you are and claim your identity. Claim who you are. I am witnessing God in all the creations I am. I am witnessing God in all the creations I am. I am witnessing God in all the creations I am. If you have something show up, something that's like, well, what am I? Yeah, that's God, but not that. However it shows up for you, right? You go, oh, okay, I got this. I am witnessing God in all the creations I am, except that one. That one where I really screwed up and I yelled at the person and I was responsible for the way the relationship ended. I'm responsible for the way that person was raised. I'm responsible for blah, 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 whatever that is, right? Mm-hmm. If you have something in particular that shows up, feel free to ask for the healing and trust that you're getting it. Because you are God as well. Oh my God, blasphemous. I can't believe I just said that. Oh my God, I need a healing. You are a creation of God, and you are God as well. It's not blasphemous, it's just move more religious programming out of our heads, our brains, out of our throats, out of our sternums. Whew. Whoa, the downloads. Lots of stars. Holy cow. So, how are you doing on that? Claiming your own identity, claiming who you are. I am a powerful being of light. I am joy walking around. I am an incredible parent. I am an incredible daughter. I am an amazing son. I am magic in the making. Yep, all those things. How about looking around your house and claiming everything in your house as a creation that has God in it? Now, that does absolutely include all your furniture. I'm sitting in my kitchen, so cabinets and curtains and all of that stuff is of God. So all God's creations. How does that feel? healings on the atheist energy. Lots of gifts, lots of gifts, lots of gifts. Woohoo! Yep. Lots of gifts for everybody. Ashley, you make me laugh because you're like, oh, that was a pretty cool crown there that you just created. So, crowns for everybody. You feel free to take a look at what your crown looks like. You can take a look at the color. You can look at the frequencies, depending on what your higher self wants to show you. That is definitely going to help us all with our brains, with the places that we doubt ourselves, right? We doubt our worth. Whew. All right. Ready for the healings? Here we go. Where is it that you hold the most fear of trusting yourself? Where is it that you hold the most fear of trusting yourself? I can absolutely trust myself in every decision I make. I can absolutely trust myself in every action I take. I can absolutely trust myself in everything that happens to me.
Kathy has her throat. Bobby, Karen, Jill, and I all have our sternum.
Look at that. Yep, sternums, throats. Yes, indeed. Yeah, mine is my third eye. Not that I don't have it in my throat and my sternum as well, just my third eye is like, blah.
Brandy's is her third eye as well.
Yep, very cool. Moving more of that. So each of us, as I said in the beginning, each of us is getting a ring to help us know our worth. And the first ring is going in your throat.
Jenny's is her frontal lobe, and Isaac's is cerebral.
Yep. Way to go, guys. Look, you guys access your information like so awesome. It's just so very cool. I know there are a bunch of people that are here energetically. There's also a bunch of people that listen and don't necessarily have the ability to type in answers. There's a lot of throats, a lot of cerebrums. There's a couple of brain stems as well. So you can take a look at what your ring looks like, what color your ring is, what frequency your ring is. There's going to be a lot of sapphire blue in all of them, but like when I look at mine, I have a lot of transformation, that violet flame, and I also have a lot of union frequency in mine. Now, that's not true for everybody. Everybody has different frequencies for them. Wow, I'm having a whole unconscious moment. So can we please dump more inspiration, more rainbows into the phrase? Thank you. Look at all those rainbows coming in. Rainbows, rainbows, rainbows everywhere coming in. Help move more of that. Because I was in the middle of in my head saying that gold ring is going in your sternum. I'm like, did I say it was going in their sternum or their throat? The sternum or their throat? If I actually said it out loud, let me know. But this one is going in your sternum. This is the idea of trusting ourselves, the fear of trusting ourselves is that whole steering wheel, right? We've got a hold of it and we're like, oh my God, no, I can't let go. I can't let go. Okay, just release one finger. Whatever it is for you guys, where you're holding on tight to the steering wheel, release one finger and just go, okay, I can do that. I don't know if you can feel that, but for me, there was a little bit of that like, oh, I'm not holding on nearly as tight. Still got 9 fingers, oh, 7 fingers and 2 thumbs, holding on to it. But when you can trust yourself just a little bit more, you start releasing more of the need to hold onto the steering wheel. And what we mean by that, I love when I say we, is where we want to hold on and manage. Are we going right? Are we going left? Are we going to turn around completely? Ashley, I love that. Ask your soul to just pry your fingers off. I have done that before. I have been like, all right, I'm a warrior. I'm just going to let go completely. And this is what it looked like. Ah! Like, okay, so I let go for a whole second. That's okay. I let go. And I would say when I ask on a regular basis, I'm probably got like 3 fingers off and I'm kind of okay, but I'm not letting go of this hand yet. Sometimes I look like I'm cruising and I got my wrist on it, right? I'm cruising. It's okay. However it shows up. That's why we're here, right? We are here on this planet to learn how to trust our higher selves. Why else would our higher selves put us on a planet with so many low frequencies and so many opportunities to practice that? Okay. So we're just try releasing one finger. Maybe you're feeling a little bold tonight and you're like, all right, I'll let go of 2 fingers. And when I do that, I'm going to add more love, more joy, more fun to the process. Okay, how's everybody doing? Everybody good? It's okay. You might just say, instead of letting go of all your fingers, maybe you're just going to loosen your grip a little bit. Just going to loosen the grip, just a little bit. You go, oh, okay. There's a little more play in it. I can sort of move my hands around the steering wheel. Yep, let's gift, 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 keep gifting, 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 gifting. Yep. All right. Ready for the next one? Where do you have a fear of trusting God? Where do you have a fear of trusting God? That one is like, for me, and like, I don't not trust God. Yeah, you do. I hear it all the time. Yeah, you do. Because if you trusted God, you wouldn't have any fingers on the wheel. You would know that it's all divinely perfect. You would know that Everything is happening exactly as it was designed. You would know that you are totally, totally love supported and protected.
Jill says her stomach. Bobby says between her shoulder blades. And Kathy says, started to scratch my head when you asked.
Yep. Jill, I see that stomach. That's like a, oh no, 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 no. Moving past life. Pictures, please. Keep moving past life. Pictures, frames, all that stuff. If their Akashic record keeper wants to keep the information, they're certainly welcome to take the information they want, but then we're going to put everything else in a violet flame. All those past life pictures that go like, oh my God, when I got caught not loving God, it didn't end well.
Isaac is sternum and Jenny is third chakra, upper stomach.
Yep. There's a bunch of you with that stomach stuff. It's like your stomach just dropped out. You know, like when you're on a roller coaster, like that kind of thing, and people say your stomach just, oh my God. Yep. Happy to work on that. And Bobby, between your shoulder blades. Let's move those artifacts. Move artifacts for everybody, please. Yep. Nice to be done with some of those artifacts. Everybody's got a black book. If you want to know where that black book is, that's a book, an energetic book that is pulsing low frequencies. It's pulsing a lot of unworthiness, a lot of fear of not being enough, fear of not being powerful, just pulsing all of that. Feel free to ask. You can ask your higher self. If you're not sure, you can certainly ask me. There's a lot of them in your stomach. Some of you have them in your sacrum. Some of you have them in your brain stem. But yay! Going to move those. You don't need those there anymore.
Keely says, my friend has been experiencing some gynae issues. Could we send some healing gifts to her, please? And I have been shown something with heavy metals and lacking nutrition in my body.
Yep, we can absolutely send your friend some healing. Definitely clearing more karma and agreements for them will definitely help. Cool. And some heavy metals and lacking nutrition. Okay, so we have some openings that we're going to close. Keely, you have some openings that we're going to close, as well as everybody. I mean, not that everybody has some openings. Most of them look like doors. Some of them look like windows. Some of you may have the frequency to move black hole. We'll go ahead and close some of that. And remember that when we have openings in our bodies, they're letting in low frequencies. And so it's very easy for us to be like, you know, we're doing fine, we're humming along, everything is good. I got that God is in everything, I love the world. And then low frequencies come in through that opening, and we're suddenly like, oh my God, there's a whole nother level of fear going on. Where in the world did that come from? It must have come from somewhere around here. And oh my gosh, something must be responsible for it. And it's just your higher self going, yo, you got something that we can close. A reminder to us that we are not shown anything that isn't ready to go or on its way going out. There are a few times that we'll look at something for way longer than our personalities want, but it is in the process of being moved. So it's an awesome thing. You just keep trusting that. Now, the thing that we were looking at was where we don't trust God. We have a fear of trusting God. Last time I trust God, it didn't end so well. There was this time that I just knew God was going to be there for me, and He wasn't there for me. All of these pictures, frames, ideas that we have that say, yeah, that doesn't end well. Keep moving more of those. And in that spot where you have the biggest fear of trusting God, yeah, then there was that. Brandy just said, and I got burned at the stake. All of us have had burned at the stake, heads cut off, what's it called? Something and quartered. Yeah, there's a lot of that, right? Why can't I think of that? All of those things. Lots of drawn and quartered. Thank you, drawn and quartered. Drawn and quartered. Thank you. Yeah, we've had all kinds of things. The drowning, if I didn't say that one, drowning is another one that we have had lots of. All of us have had them. All of us have been science experiments. All of us have been used as food. Lots of healings for all of that. Just keep healing that. Seems to get on that for everybody. You can move one of those for everyone. When it didn't end well. So that spot where you have a fear of trusting God is getting a gold ring.
Jill added the loss of someone we love.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great one, Jill. Okay, guys, let's go through and move more of those. And this lifetime, as well as previous lifetimes, because that's a really good one in this lifetime, because we're still holding on to all of that pain. So wherever you have that fear of trusting God, it's getting a ring. Now there's a lot of gold, union gold, remembrance, truth in this ring, but you may see some other frequencies as well. There's a lot of rapture in many of them. There's a lot of Christ consciousness in almost all of them. Christ consciousness, that forgiveness frequency. Even though there's nothing to forgive, there's a lot of that there. So yeah, 2 rings. Got 2 rings installed. Harmonics coming in. I see tons of music notes and G clefs, and I don't know what all those musical symbols are. Yeah, lots of harmonics coming in, helping transform more of that fear. And because We're always talking about healing ourselves, healing others, healing the field. Let's take a healing on fear of trusting others. Fear of trusting others. There are the little ones that are like, well, I'll just do it myself because I'm not sure if that person is really going to follow through, if that person's really going to do what they say they're going to do. Right? That's, to me, that's like the little one where you're like holding onto your steering wheel tightly. I'm in control. I need to manage this. I need to handle all this because I can't trust that other person is going to do something for me. To the bigger ones, right, where I don't trust my heart with you. I don't trust that you're going to take care of me, that you're going to support me, that you're going to love me. There's those. If you guys have some other ones, feel free to put them in the chat. But those places where we don't trust other people, not trusting somebody else, not trusting yourself, not trusting God, is not witnessing God in all of the creations. Trust is witnessing God in everything.
Jenny is sternum, Isaac is third eye.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, mine is in my sternum. And for all of us who have those breastplates and that protective gear over our sternum, we're going to get a healing on that and move one for everyone.
Kathy is her chest.
Yeah, look at that. Now, there might be lots of other ways where you do not trust others. You can have it go back lifetimes, right? All those people that had you hung, drawn and quartered, lost your head, drowned, they can be on your list.
Bobby's is her throat, and Jill says, feel my sternum is under lock and key.
Yep. That's another version of that breastplate. Everybody hold out your hand. Everybody has a lock somewhere. Thanks, Jill, for bringing it to the party. Everybody has a place where they have a lock that they have control over. Ask for the key and put the key in the lock to open up some more information, to drop that protection that you have there. It's a lot of different ways that it's showing up. It's very cool. Because, this is extra cool because each of you that brings something to the circle provides a healing for everybody else that we wouldn't have gotten without being here, without being in the circle, whether you're here in the physical or just here in the energetic, right? Our higher self's like, oh, it's an opportunity to move that stuff. Let's do that. Because Jill brought it up. So the piece about trusting each other is remembering that we're all in this together. All of us are in this together. There's not like a way that we're not connected. Okay. I'm very entertained by all of this. Okay. You guys got that? Awesome. Keys, keys, keys coming in. More keys, more keys, more keys. You are welcome to grab these keys. These keys will certainly help wherever you're guided to put them. I definitely want some in my frontal lobe. So I'm being nagged to read this piece. There is it's not a claim of truth, it's just a piece of information in the Book of Knowing and Worth, page 246. You may claim the things that your expression will align to. We do not tell you to be in shame for anything you've experienced. To hide your face from the light is to hide your face from Source, and Source knows who you are anyway. The life that you would live in accord with worth does not hold the vibration of shame. It cannot be known at this level of being. The shame that is showing up is not something that you have to hold on to. It is something that you can release right here and now. Another level of it, just release, release, release. Nothing to be ashamed of. There's no shame necessary. So more of that is being moved for everybody. You certainly do not have to put that in the chat. It's just for you to know that we are moving more shame. Holy cow, that's a good thing. So we're all in this together. When we heal something in ourselves, we are healing it in everyone. Sometimes that feels overwhelming. Sometimes that feels like, how in the world does that work? How can that possibly be? If I heal something in myself, that I'm healing it for the world. Because that's what each and every one of you are. You are a piece of the world. Piece of the world exists in you. Everything that's out there is also in you. And so as we heal those things in each one of us, we're also healing it for everybody else. Now, sometimes that feels like it's just overwhelming. I don't know how that could possibly be. There is way, way, way too much happening out there. But that is how it all works. As we witness God in each and everything that is out there, we recognize the things in us as well. So it works this way. What I see out there and what's out there is in me, and we get to heal that. Just keep healing it. Just keep healing it. I was just reminded of what is his name? Of Little Nemo. I don't get many references to Disney anymore, but I just heard that just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. It's like, yeah, just keep healing, just keep healing, just keep healing. As we keep healing it, we start transforming it out there. Just keep trusting, 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 trusting. Okay, are we ready? Yes, so we are going to network those 3 rings together in those 3 spots for everybody. And they are going to be networked with gold lines of communication. You may see them like gold threads. I'm actually seeing them spiral around. So if it was 2 rings, that they're spiraling, going up between the rings, and they're connecting them. And this network is going to continue to help you claim your worth. That's how we started. We were talking about claiming our worth, that when I asked my higher self what tomorrow was, the Lionsgate portal that spiritual people love to talk about for 8/8, I kept asking, well, what are we going to talk about? And it is claim your worth. And more specifically, claim your worth powerfully. Claim your worth as the powerful being that you are. And so that's what we've been doing. We've been installing these 3 rings that, as they're networked together, they're just busy helping you move more unworthiness, move more blockages to you claiming your worth, to you knowing just how powerful and magical, creative, joy-filled you really are. How we just get stuck in the stuff that happens around us, and we start to think that all of that is somehow our fault, our responsibility, our issue. When in fact, what it is an opportunity for us to know ourselves, to trust ourselves, to know that we're always loved, supported, and protected, right? To know that we can trust ourselves, we can trust our higher self, we can trust God, and we can trust others exactly as it shows up. So I just had, I know it's all Alexa, it's all about the time of day, but I just had all the lights that I have set up with Alexa come on. And it's like, wow, look at that, the light. We are the light, we are the light. Never a coincidence. So, whew, the last downloads come in. It's like shooting stars and fireworks. It's just explosions of light everywhere. And each of you are grabbing those powerful shots of light and putting them in places in your body where you're like, yeah, I could use more of that. Yeah, that would be really helpful right here in my throat. Yeah, I'd really like to have more of that in my feet. So if you have a place that you really want to put more of these shooting stars and sparklers and explosions of light, please feel free to just gather, gather, gather. Put them in wherever you want. If you're not sure where they're going, I definitely know there's a lot of people that are putting their hands in it to amp up their hands. There are a lot of you that are putting it in your sternums so you can keep moving more of those blocks to knowing your worth.
Jenna says her hips, and Kathy says she would like her eyes, ears, and thyroid.
Yes, that's a great place, as well as the pituitary and the pineal. Jenna, your hips. I'm laughing because I am generally not the person who is busy hearing music, and I just heard Kat say, "My hips don't lie." I'm like, uh-huh, that's a really great place. All right. So grateful, so grateful. You can continue to gather the gifts. As you all may or may not know, we put this recording on YouTube, and you can always go back and watch it. You can send people to watch it. The healing happens at the time, right? If you are somebody who doesn't watch it for another 3 weeks, when you sit down and watch it, that's when the healing happens. There are always healings available. It's just like the books, that these books are always healing. You can go back and watch videos on CARE's YouTube page and get a healing. You can go back and read or watch whatever is on Instagram and get a healing. There are so many amazing healing opportunities, and you just keep trusting that your higher self is on it, is totally on it at all times, whether you're sleeping, whether you're paying attention, whether you're unconscious, whether you're angry, whether you're in fear. Your higher self is like, yep, I got it. I'm on it, I'm on it, I'm on it. And if it's one thing we know from tonight, it's that we can trust our higher selves. We can trust source. We can trust other people. But most importantly, you can trust yourself. You're an amazing, powerful, creative, beautiful soul having an experience on a totally crazy, absolutely insane planet. I'm not sure why we all signed up for this and said, ooh, let me go, let me go. But here we are, supporting each other, loving each other, trusting the process, and being the light in everything we do. So as I seal the field unto the light of that one true source, creator, God, I thank source, and I thank my healing team, and I thank the Privy Council, and I thank all those beings that step in and support us in our journey up in frequency, helping us know our worth, helping us claim our worth, helping remind us of who we really are in truth. The next healing circle is going to be August 21st. It's going to be totally amazing. We're just going to create it to be the most magnificent one yet. Just keep gifting. Yeah. I don't know why you told me to put that in there now, but okay, we're just gifting. All of that. It's going to be totally fabulous. I thank each and every one of you for how you show up every day. And that means when you show up gorgeous and when you show up ugly and when you show up knowing what you're doing and when you show up not having a clue about what is going on in your world. No matter how you show up, you are the light and you bring the light with you wherever you go. So thank you, thank you, thank you to each and every one of you. I love and appreciate you. If there's anything I can do to help, please feel free to text me, contact me on social media. I'm happy to give you my number. I totally love you guys. Have a great 2 weeks, and I will see you on the 21st.